Je ne sais pas si tu te souviens, Simone Stano a travaillé sur une sémiotique du voile, et peut-être, tu me corriges si je me trompe, il y a un numéro spécial de Lexia sur
C'est un livre dans la série des livres de Lexia que j'ai édité j'ai dirigé avec Victor Stokita et Henri Delmatin sur la sémiotique du voile.
Further lectures. Ça peut vous intéresser. Ok. Une ou deux dernières questions et on lève la séance. Oui.
Simon, thank you very much for your insightful presentation. It's a kind of journey that took me from Baudrillard to Adorno, to Umberto Eco, to Duarsai. So, like you mentioned a very important point concerning the second culture. Like Duarsai also talked about the living in Arabic. So that's very important. The same thing is true for the Baudrillard sign value, especially when a person is trying to buy a boat, try to smell it. And also you mentioned the idea of Umberto Eco, the encyclopedic culture, where people, know, this is erosion of the culture. Also the idea of the identity and alienation. I think the use of smileys, the use also of selfies and posting these kind of things. Is it a kind, to me, I think, it's not a matter of identity, because identity we can drop ones and we pick up others. Always we are in constant quest of the culture or the identity. There is also the idea of alienation, and I think the alienation and the assimilation, especially when you are within a social network, there is you sell your identity. It becomes like a commodity. And here you talked about the Frankfurt School. The art becomes like a commodity. But this is a problem again when you subscribe and you log it in and you become part and parcel of the social network or social media. You are given a kind of chance to surveillance, on the person, because you mentioned the idea of instead of names and faces, you have just numbers and give numbers to people. Again, it is the idea of narcissism, which is really, I like the idea that it is the first world religion, apart from the four world religions or the five world religions. Really, it was inspiring for me, but my question is, it's not a question, it's a rhetorical question, to what extent and how semioticians or semiotics can dismantle and reconstruct another way of this decadence. How can we, and scholars within academia, academicians or semioticians can dismantle and decode this decadence in the use of image? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very good question. Well, I think the first task of the semioticians is that of knowing the state of the art and solving also reality, which is very problematic because I mentioned Perugino's first, let's say, selfie in the history of painting, and in order to know the history of self-portraits in Western history, you just have to go back to the historians, the artists of this tradition, and study the self-portraits. But how can you study today what people do with selfies? There are millions of selfies everywhere in the world. They are constantly uploaded by the second, by the minute. How can you, as a semiotician, say something meaningful about them without reproducing your received ideas about this new format of self-representation? Well, the challenge of semiotics, I think, is to engage in a both qualitative and semi-quantitative study of the so-called big data. So today, if we want to study, for instance, the iconology of the face in the social networks, we have to put together enormous corpuses of images. Something very interesting has been done already by Lev Manovich, who is the director of a Center for Software Studies, Software Culture Studies at the University of New York. And I think the same thing should be done through semiotics. So we should combine semiotics with quantitative or semi-quantitative methods In my research group at Circe in Turin, I have a research project that concerns exactly the study of the iconography of the face in contemporary digital cultures. So how do we put together corpuses? Well, we use a technology which is a semi-automatic technology, which is called mechanical Turks. So instead of having machines processing these millions of images, we ask a crowd of humans around the world to analyze these images one by one and to answer some very simple questions that we ask them. For instance, is this face sad or is this face happy? So we use this, let's say, probably you're familiar with the phenomenon of crowdfunding. So you don't have capital to build a new watch, so you ask a crowd to fund that capital, that venture. You can do the same with academic research. You don't have, of course, I don't have enough researchers to analyze millions of images, but I can give this task to millions of people who are going to devote like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day to this task and be paid a very symbolical quantity of money. And as a consequence of that, I can use human intelligence in order to analyze big data instead of analyzing big data only through software.
And this is a problematic in methodology, I think, dealing with this case, because the updating, constant updating of the selfies and the pictures.
Yeah.
So we cannot, for example, you should have even an archive, and this archive is difficult for content analysis, for content analysis.
There is a problem also of privacy, because you cannot, for instance, analyze the selfies of Facebook. You can do it on Instagram, but you have to rely on different strategies if you want to work on Facebook, and even more if you want to work on dating. I want to work, for instance, on dating software, social networks, platforms, but it's very difficult to ask Tinder to disclose all these images that are present in there. So there is some problems of what in English is called ethnography, so the ethnography of the net, of the network, which has different problematics than the normal ethnography. But little by little, I think we are progressing in the field.
Bien. Donc on va finir, ça finit bien. Donc merci Massimo pour ce plaidoyer pour la singularité. Merci au public pour son attention et à la prochaine fois. Voilà, merci.
Merci.